down to the inside. But around the outside, much deeper. Nearly spins.
Wow. Side by side here.
The wins on his second outing. The hoop spins.
Yo, hello everyone. The cup is back. You'll know Saturdays we got the cup now. 10 different leagues facing off each other in a 10 race long season. We'll see who comes out on top. Currently Amethyst in the lead by about 20 points after last week at Melbourne. Today we've got Great Britain, and it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what the weather is going to be like. We had a race yesterday in Tier 8. There was no rain. So we've got a race at some point. And so you can see today we've got a full lobby because Prime has finally decided to turn up. Absolute scenes. First out the pits, Jan Schwerdrik, and it looks like he was out first. He's always out first. He was out first last week as well. Don't worry. Adam will be joining us shortly. Well, I believe he is. I'm pretty sure he's going to be here. There goes that power F1 car. With the black and purple and blue. Different car. That lifeboat behind. This is APPF1. And his teammate Ghost in front. Had a decent race last week. See, Nick K there has retired, if anyone's wondering. He's serving a qualifying ban for blocking qualifying lap last. Well, he didn't, but someone on his team did, and as the rules go, someone's got to serve it. So that's Nick K doing that. Here comes Jan in the final sector now. About to start his first qualifying lap of the day, of the session. Through turn 1 and turn 2. Got to keep it very minimal on the steering. It might have some traffic now coming up. He's got to try and maneuver through. There goes one of the OGK guys getting out of the way nice and safely. Decent first sector. Nothing crazy. 27.6. Remember, this is a banker. The first lap of this session that these guys have got to do. And basically just to give themselves a delta for the rest of the session. It's Tony Riche. I don't actually know how to pronounce this, but I'll do my best. There's quite some murmurs around for this drivers in the paddock. Being quite a high-level driver himself. Let's see how he does. He goes 27.4. Nearly 27.5. So about a tenth and a bit faster than what Jan did. In that prime motorsport car.
That pronunciation sounds right to me.
That's my inner voice telling me that it's all good. Oh no, wait. That's Adam, my co-commentator. Hello.
Owen?
It's going. The first few qualifying laps coming through. Ghost currently in the lead with a 27.5. Lifebout, his teammate 27.2. Casper Sky at 27.7 goes fourth. Tony through the final set of corners. Melon does a 26.9, goes provisionally on pole. Tony Riche crosses the line, goes P2 with a 27.0 just behind Melon. Is JP through Maggots and Beckett's. Romeo there puts a 27-2 for 10C Esports. JP in the final sector now. Let's see what his time is going to be for OG Crow.
Could you share your screen, Arian?
I am so stupid. How do I forget again?
It's okay.
1 second. Boom. The stream is streaming. Well, all we missed was, wow, and Andrews has equaled Tonyushe to the 1,000th of a second. Let's put him P3. 610 invalidates his time.
Alan McTeer through cops. Ooh.
This is Keji, a super gaming 26.8. Fastest time of the session so far for virtual. Keji, first race with the cup, goes 27.8, 13th fastest. Alan McTeer, he's invalidated his time. He's going into the box. Martinez Pine, Martinez Pines. There you go. He's invalidated too.
That is it.
Adam, you good? My co-commentator is dying. Oh no.
Guys, I mean, two guys.
What? Your mic is breaking. Adam, like you're basically not talking, and then you talk for like half a second. Ooh, a little bit of wheel spin on the curb there for Lewis Piper. Came P3 last week. His teammate Casper got the race win. See if you can have another decent race for Amethyst. And let's see what he got in the first sector. But we'll see how he does in this middle sector. Baggett's and Beckett's now. Very tricky, and then just stepped past the white line. That's going to be an invalidation of him. Not the first laps that Amethyst would have wanted, but still got 10 minutes left in this qualifying session. About 2 more laps for them. Here's Lennon Ray Bock. He's definitely on a lap. Which, up ahead, looks like Tony on an out lap. Is he? I think he's noticed. Yeah, there he goes. Well, currently, Super Gaming on provisional pole with the first set of lap times. Ooh, Lennon Ray Bock going a little bit wide there. And that's an invalidated time. The game's track limits doing their magic.
As I was. Oh gosh. Oh, there. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, my friend. You're back.
I am back. No, but as I was saying, you know, to have 2 VRL guys in the top 5 really is quite impressive. I mean, we know how fast these guys are. Melon is the 10 controls champion. Obviously, Romeo's really fast, and the top 5 is really impressive.
Yeah, it's good. VRL looking strong in the first stage of this qualifying session. We've been watching Ghost on his second lap time. A little bit of a jump scare there. Alright, cops. Thank you for the follow, Hockey Adam. My man. Ghost with a 2.5 tenth improvement. It's a pretty solid second lap for him. That's probably going to see him around the P6 mark. See what he does in this final sector.
Through Vale. Around the final corner up to the line of 127.2. Not a bad lap. That'll put him in the top 5 with his APP F1 teammate Lifebout. As Tony Richet through Stowe. Currently sitting P3 behind Mellon. He's about a 1/10 of a second behind Mellon. Is 6:10 of OGK goes second fastest with a 1:26.9. Fast lap from OGK is Tony Richet to the top of the leaderboard. A 1:26.6.
And Mellon just invalidated his time. Not going to count. And it looks like, and Andrews is not exactly a lap of his own. Might be his out lap. But yeah, great lap from Tony Richet. 10th and a half clear from the rest of the field. Let's see, how is Super Gaming going to respond now? He's in the first sector. Can he find that time he needs? Dallin McTeer with a 26.7 goes P2. What a lap time from him.
Like this track. Well, it looks like this track is rubbering in. I mean, we've seen Tony Richet do a 1:26.6 and Dallin do a 1:26.7. And Super Gaming is up on his first sector time, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Super Gaming go to the top. As Rain goes second fastest with a 1:26.7.
It's looking quite close out there. The times, not a lot separating these guys, and we haven't even got to the final laps, which is when we usually see people reaching their limit. So not a lot of margin for error for these guys.
Not a huge margin of error, especially as good as these guys are. We've got Prime Motorsports on provisional pole, Syndicate Racing League second, No Speed Racing third, VRL fourth, OGK fifth, 10 Control sixth. Super Gaming had a little bit of a lockup into Vale around the final corner. He improves to third.
Got a good mix of teams there up at the front. Currently Prime on the top step. Rain second for Syndicate. Super Gaming puts himself at third. Dallin McTeer for NSR though. Great lap time from him. Only about 400 separating second to fourth. Very, very close indeed. As most people in the pits now are going to be heading out soon for their final lap. Newman, calm yourself, okay? We show all the teams as much as we can. Okay? Calma. We show NSR. Don't worry. Lewis Piper and Saad have yet to set a time. And Tar's going out now. And this is his last chance. So he's really putting the pressure on this final lap. I believe Linnen Raybok there just improved himself to 11th for XPG. What's the optimal time to head out the pits where you're pretty much crossing the line as the timer goes to 0? I mean, if you have a lap time of 27, you're probably looking at 30 seconds or more than that. Looking around the 2-minute mark if you're really, really leaving it for the last second. Probably a bit earlier than that.
What I would guess, 2:15. So anywhere between really 2:30 and and 2 minutes is optimal as we see a couple guys leaving the pit. I believe that's one of the amethyst cars. Maybe one of the yellow teams.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the two yellow ones.
As well as we watch.
This is Tar for Prime Motorsport. Thank you, Simon, for the follow. How you doing? So Tar did a 27.6 through that first sector there. Not the fastest we've seen. But he has to drive a little bit under the limit so that he actually does get a time on the board. Doesn't want to be sliding down in P19, does he? So... As Lewis Piper
ran a little bit. I was gonna say he ran a little bit wide through Luffield. And he's invalidated.
Yeah. So that is the end of the qualifying session for Tsar there. Gonna be P19. Not ideal. Nearly enough for a Prime Motorsport sandwich. Pretty close. Casper Sky, race winner last week, down in P15, not probably where he wants to be.
For Gaming on an outlap, Rain on an outlap, Dallin on an outlap. Looks like it's all about to kick off here. Last minute, 12 seconds. Can claim pole in Silverstone. 6:10, the first driver to cross the line from the top 5. Lennon Raybach has retired from the session. So first couple of corners, keeping it clean so far in that blue OGK car. Wellington straight. Using a little bit of ERS, all of his DRS. Now, Brooklands and Luffield, he ran a little bit wide on the exit of Brooklands. That's going to affect his run through Luffield. As we watch Rain now, a lot of wheel spin on the exit.
That is going to hurt his first sector time. Yeah, he's 2.5 tenths down. That's pretty much quality over for him. Tony Riche, current provisional pole sitter at the top step. Dallin McTeer, let's see what his first sector time is going to be. He's not far behind the Prime Motorsport driver. He's going to be a 10th up. That is a great first sector for Dallin McTeer.
It's a fantastic first sector from the NSR guys. Tony Riche, it looks like half a 10th up through the first sector. He's currently sitting on provisional pole. Mellon now through Maggots and Beckett's. Rain is retired. 6:10 to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:26.6. Mellon through Chapel down the Hanger Straight. He's 0.2 of a second up. He's going to need to find about another 10th in this final sector. Dallin McTeer also 0.2 of a second up. That puts Dallin on provisional pole as he goes purple through sector number 2. Through Stowe. This green NSR car could claim pole, but Mellon will be the first to cross the line, and Mellon takes pole for 10 controls. With a 1:26.60, Dallin McTeer eclipses him by 0.2 of a second, and now it's up to Tony Riche. Around the final corner up to the line, Tony Riche claims provisional pole. Super Gaming still has a chance. Through Vale. Around the final 2 corners, can Super Gaming claim pole? He does not. Super Gaming goes 4th. That was an eventful qualifying.
Tony Riche going out the gate swinging. Yes, pole position there by about 0.07 of a second on Dallin McTeer for NSR. Prime Motorsport takes pole position at Silverstone.
What an eventful qualifying. We saw 4 different pole sitters within the final minute.
Yeah. That was crazy. Melon there, only 3 thousandths in front of Super Gaming to get on third. Second row.
You saw how, for those who watched the 10 Controls TRA race, we saw how dominant Melon was yesterday. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep this dominance up. Obviously, I believe Dallin was involved in the lap 1 crash.
Yeah, he was. There's a bit of a lap 1 incident, so maybe that will happen today. We'll see. And apparently, I believe Hockey Adam is with Prime. Correct me if I'm wrong. He says it's a full wet race, so that's definitely going to be very interesting. We're talking about across as teams, though. I think VRL is looking the best. I mean, a win is definitely good, but yeah, look at that. It's raining.
Ooh, this could be a good race. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is definitely a challenge, a different challenge for these drivers, going from dry to wet. And we'll see. Because sometimes you can qualify high, but if you don't got the race pace in the wet, we'll see who has truly got those skills to pay the bills.
You know, that kind of makes me wonder if maybe Melon's not on pole because he saw the wet. So he saw the wet weather and decided to go for a wet weather setup instead of a dry weather setup.
Yeah, setup's definitely going to come into play here. But we'll see who's got pace.
Get ready to go to 5 red lights. Grid up here in Silverstone. It's intermediate conditions. 5 red lights. Lights out. And away we go. Here in Silverstone, Tony Richey gets a great start. Melon gets a fantastic start. He tried to go around the outside of Dallin. Couldn't get the move done there. 3 wide farther back. That's Super Gaming. Cameron back there involved. Romeo. We've got a car off the track. That's one of the Power F1 guys. As Melon will keep third. Dallin in second. Tony Richey still the leader. Romeo struggling for traction farther back. Everybody side by side, Noah's Ark style, into Brooklands. That's Lewis Piper up the inside, and Andrews trying to go around the outside of Romeo. Super Gaming and Lifeboat battle for 6th.
Man, what a start there. FRT Rain picking up 4 positions there for Syndicate. You see Lifeboat going a little bit wide there at Cops. Intermediate conditions, the grip is definitely going to be a bit lower. Oh, Ochi Crow, 610, trying to go for a move there, and Magnus and Beckett's nearly pulling off. Here comes Melon now, on Dalamati. He's using that ERS. Can he find a way to overtake on this lap 1? Round the outside, Melon tries. Dalamati defends the inside. Melon now will have the inside line for the next chicane, but Dalamati holds him off.
McTeer forced him out a little bit as 610 all over the rear wing of Rain as they head through Vale and Club. 610 got a ton of wheel spin on the exit of Club. That allowed Super Gaming to look to the inside. He wasn't able to get the move done, but he's still looking for a way around 610. Not able to find a way through. Melon all over the back of Dallin. McTeer farther up front as Cameron falls back. Cameron's going to lose a position to Lifeboat. He might have lost a position to Super Gaming. We've got a car around. That's Lifebout. He went around at the exit of, I believe that's Village, for the Wellington Straight. That drops him all the way down to 20th as Super Gaming and 610 battle.
Lewis Piper there, making up 5 positions for Amethyst. It's a good start for him, getting himself up into the points. But Tony Richey up ahead, he is absolutely clear. 1.2 seconds already on Dallin, and he's had to fight Melon a little bit to defend. So nonetheless, a great start.
Lewis Piper sitting on the rear wing of End Andrews through Stowe. Not able to make a move yet. Cameron's going to look to the inside of Super Gaming into Vale. They'll battle side by side. Cameron on the outside. Got a ton of wheel spin on the exit. That's going to allow End Andrews to the inside. As they touch on the exit of Vale, Lewis Piper takes advantage. Piper up to 8th. And now he begins to stalk Cameron for 7th. As Mellon to the inside of Dallin McTeer. Mellon now forced to go around the outside. They'll battle side by side, giving each other plenty of space. Mellon got a little bit of wheel spin at the exit of Village. He's going to fall in line down the Wellington Straight. The 10 controls drivers battling it out as Lewis Piper gets around the outside of Cameron for 7th, and the ARL machine on the move.
Yeah, Mellon and Dallin really fighting it out with these crucial points. Lewis Piper stepped out a little bit wide there. Might have picked up a warning. Number 3 of those will get yourself a 3-second time penalty, which will really hurt you in this field. It is so close together. Oh my god, that's JP trying to make a move on Saad there. And Maggots and Beckett's. It looks like, though, Casper Sky trying to make a move on him to capitalize on that poor exit he got. Can you find a way down the inside? JP covering him off. Up ahead, though, Mellon going for the move on Dallin. He's gone round the outside, now has the inside for the next zone at the club. Can these guys keep it in this difficult traction zone? Dallin round the outside. He's really doing well to hold off Mellon as they're coming through the first. And oh, there's contact! And Dallin's gone off! He's slid. Oh, and Mellon's lost it.
Oh, Mellon goes around. Mellon goes around in front of the field. This is going to drop him all the way down to 15th, maybe 16th for the second week in a row. The 10 controls driver loses it. And that drops him all the way down to the back of the field as Lewis Piper up the inside of Super Gaming into Brooklyn's. Side by side, Lewis Piper's got the move done. That ARL machine is on rails right now as he begins to chase down 610. Cameron got a ton of wheel spin at the exit of Luffield. Lewis Piper now right on the rear wing of 610. 610 ran a little wide. Piper's going to make it 2 wide. He almost made it 3 wide into Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh!
As 610 and Rain touch further ahead. That's going to allow Piper up the inside. And the ARL machine is through for second.
What is going on?
One car off, that was Rain. Lewis Piper up 12 positions from the start. That Amethyst Racing machine is a rocket ship right now.
There is absolute chaos in this midfield fight. It's an absolute dogfight for positions here. No one's letting up. They all want that track position. Here comes FRT Rain round the outside. There's 3 wide going through club.
How did they make that work? FRT Rain on the outside of 3 wide. Everybody was able to keep it clean. But now I look to the outside of Cameron. FRT Rain tried to go for the move. He's forced out wide. That's going to allow Super Gaming to come back. Side by side go Cameron and Rain. Super Gaming trying to find a way through. He'll get a little bit of a tow from Rain as Rain gets by Cameron down the Wellington Straight. Super Gaming not able to capitalize on Cameron's poor exit, but now his teammate and Andrews will battle him for 6th.
I mean, I don't think they want to get too close to each other. The virtual racing drivers, being teammates, of course, going to give each other a little bit extra room. Cameron Steele's all over Rain right now. But that is completely flipped the script. When Dallin and Mellon had that collision, putting both those guys out the points. Lewis Piper goes up to second, and Cameron goes up to fourth with the use of ERS. Gets ahead of Rain.
What a wild 3 laps. As Tony Richey, the fastest lap of the race, Rain almost ran into the back of Cameron. That's gonna allow Super Gaming to go around the outside through Club. The VRL machine trying to get by Rain. He can't get the move done. He'll settle into 6th for now. He'll dive up the inside. Almost makes contact with Rain. Rain forces him wide. His teammate and Andrews not able to capitalize. And Rain will hold on to 5th.
And Super Gaming picks up a 3-second time penalty. You see a few drivers have done so already. That is not going to help them when it comes to the end of the race, but take with a grain of salt. Some of these could be removal warnings, especially given how much fighting there's been.
What a wild 3 laps.
Yeah, I need to catch my breath after that one. Holy.
It started with Melon and Dallin touching, as Melon gets a 3-second time penalty. Right on board with Lennon Raybach, right behind PM Czar. Raybach will, with the help of ERS, make the move on Czar easily. You can see Dallin and Melon just in the background of that battle is Super Gaming around Rain now. Looks like Rain might be struggling a little bit for traction as the first VRL car gets by him. Now, and Andrews, the second VRL car in line, begins to stalk Rain. Right on board with Ghost, right behind JP in that blue OGK car. Ghost can't get around JP. He'll look to the outside. Ghost being pressurized by Martinez and Lennon Raybach behind as they join the battle. PM Czar will lose the position to Lennon Raybach. Ghost continues to run in the tire tracks of JP. He thought about going around the outside through Luffield. Couldn't get the move done. He will settle into 6th for now. Right on board with Romeo now, right behind and Andrews.
Oh my god, Dallin there. Did Saad let him through, or did Dallin just go around the outside there? What the hell?
That looked like a really hairy move to me. As Melon will also get by Czar on the exit of Chapel. Ghost sitting behind JP. Thought he might look to the inside. He did. They'll go side by side through Stowe. Ghost around the outside. JP, I thought he was going to let him through. He didn't. Ghost has the inside for the next section, and he's through. As his teammate Martinez got a ton of wheel spin on the exit. We've got a car round. That's Super Gaming at the exit of the final corner.
Damn, that is unfortunate
Not
for Virtual
great.
Racing League. Both of the drivers being quite good up the field. We're on for some good points there. And Super Game, I don't know if there was a collision or something. Stewards might be visited.
VRL cars were running really well. One was 5th. The other one was 7th. Obviously, with the Super Gaming spin that moves N. Andrews up to 6th and Rain up to 5th. Rain got a ton of wheel spin on the exit of Luffield. And Andrews will look to the inside in Cops, side by side. Not a place you normally see people go side by side. He'll now try the outside through Maggots and Beckett's. Side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. He'll keep the position. And Andrews up to 5th. Rain down to 6th. as now Romeo will look to the inside of Rain through Stowe. Rain ran a little bit deep in Stowe. That's going to allow Romeo to close in a little bit. Romeo looks to the inside. Maybe tried the Pruitt fade as Mellon to the inside of Dallin through Vale. Couldn't get the move done. And they'll battle side by side out of club. This is where they touched previously.
There goes 610 on Cameron
Dallin
Seal.
will keep the position.
He's trying to make a move there for P3, the first podium spot, but just couldn't make it stick. On the Power F1 driver ahead. Romeo is really putting pressure on Rain, who seems to be struggling at this stage in the race. Now, if I put my money on it, it might be a setup issue because he is just not planted at all.
We saw him at the beginning of the race. He looked good. At this stage of the race, though, he seems to be struggling for traction. Also, it also seems to be, maybe it's just me, but it does seem to be drying out a little bit.
I see what you mean.
No, it's not. It was just me. I couldn't see the rain on the chassis. As Mellon to the inside of Dallin. Mellon trying to get the move done. He does get the move done. And Dallin into the pits. A lot of guys at the back end of the pits. And they'll put on those are the hard tires.
Yeah, Tony Richet has put on the slicks. Is that signs that it's drying up? Let's see what the rest of the field decides to put on. See, Ghost has put on the hards as well. Yeah, a lot of the field. They're putting that hard tire on. Yeah, see, it's dry.
Onto the medium. Yeah. Rain onto the mediums, though. Czar also onto the mediums, along with Lifebout, as we watch the train of cars nose to tail out of the pits. Led by End Andrews, Rain in 10th.
Oh! We've got a safety car.
We've got a full safety car?
What? Why has that happened? Wait, Lewis has got a free pit stop now. What? Where's the safety car come from? Listen, this wasn't part of the script, I swear. We didn't we didn't write this. But that does help Tennessee Esports. Both these guys haven't boxed yet. It's not scripted, I swear.
This is a NASCAR caution if I've ever seen one. Oh, there's debris in turn 3. We have to throw the caution even though it's 5 feet off the racing line.
Yes, a little bit of paint just scraped off onto the track. So yeah, that's why we've got the safety car. Well, let's see. Tony Richet is coming through the final sector. He's got a delta to abide by. He's going to be able to get ahead of these drivers in the box.
No, this is a VSC.
No, it's a safety car. Wait, what?
It's a VSC.
Oh my god, I got confused. Wait, I thought it was a full safety car because of the yellow cars.
It was too. Tony Richet's going to take the lead. He'll remain in the lead. Lewis Piper will come out second. I believe Mellon's going to actually come out 7th.
Right, he's on the pit exit now. A couple drivers coming through. See, that's Ghost for APPF1.
Did pick up a lot of positions. He was battling with Dallin down in 13th and 14th, and he's ended up in 9th.
Yeah, so the virtual safety car has definitely helped him out there.
Lewis Piper, it helped Piper close the gap to Tony Richet.
Yeah.
Up down to 3 seconds now. It was, I believe, 7 or 8 before the pit stops.
Ghost putting the pressure on JP. See, he's got a little bit warmer tires. JP's just come out the box. Goes trying to find a way through, but he just can't. Yeah, some of the guys on the mediums are going to be a lot faster. Martinez Pines has got himself up to P6 for XPG, but here comes Rain. On those mediums, the extra traction. That's going to help him blow right past.
The question is, can he make these tires last to the end?
It's true. Those mediums are going to burn up. And it goes there. Finally making the move for P10 on JP. JP, though, really close behind. Almost a little bit of contact there. That is not a place you want to make contact. Because you will spin the other car right round. Thank you for the prime sub.
Rain and
M4 expired. My man.
Rain and Czar trading fastest laps of the race. Tony Roche did set the fastest lap of the race, but obviously those guys on the mediums are going to be a tiny bit faster. And Andrews currently in 8th as we watch Dallin McTeer go to the inside of Lynn and Raybach. The NSR car up to 12th. His teammate Nick Kay down in 18th, not having a great weekend. He had a disconnect issue earlier in this race. As PM Tsar will get around Lynn and Raybach as well, so seems like Lynn and Raybach in this XPG car struggling a little bit.
Yeah, he dropped a few places there. The guys racing him so hard, as Adam would say. You see, in the meantime, with the mediums, Cameron has got up like a second in this last 2 laps or so.
Piper just set the fastest lap of the race. He's not letting Tony Roche get away. Tony Roche obviously very fast in the wet. Doesn't seem to be quite as fast in the dry as Super Gaming trying to get around Lynn and Raybach. Super Gaming to the inside in club. He'll have the inside for Abby, but he doesn't need it. He got around him way before Abby. Now Super Gaming currently 14th. And to fight his way back up through the field.
Tony Roche's lost it. He's lost it in left field. Unbelievable. After being so dominant so far, that is a costly mistake. And Cameron Seal is going to try and capitalize on that mistake at Cop's corner. These guys are going to go side by side round the outside. Cameron Seal, can he use the extra grip on the mediums? They're going to go side by side towards Maggots and Beckett's. Tony Roche is kept ahead for now. Cameron is going to have DRS though. After Max Beckett's, can he set the exit up? Really close to track limits there. DRS is on. ERS is on. He's pushing. Can he find a way through? He looks to the inside. Tony Roche is going to fight this. He tries to hold it round the outside. Side by side they go. Now into the final sector. Tony Roche still remains ahead as Cameron switches to the inside, but just can't find a way through. Tony Roche second. Lewis Piper, though, in the lead, and as a good margin at that.
Ghost and JP battle a little bit farther back. A ton of contact between those two cars. That Dallin McTeer around somehow. He might have been right behind them when that battle happened and he was involved, but Ghost and JP side pod to side pod contact. We run lap 14 here in Silverstone. Lewis Piper, your new race leader, Super Gaming to the inside of PM Czar. Super Gaming a ton of wheel spin on the exit. Which will allow Lynn and Raybach to close up.
He just has no straight line speed. Lynn and Raybach, he's so slow in straight line. Oh, who just lost it? That's Martinez Pines.
Martinez around at the exit of, I believe that's Woodcote. Running in the top 10 down to 14th as JP around PM Czar in Stowe. PM Czar will look back to the inside in Maggots and Beckett's. He got the move done.
What a move there.
Gutsy move from PM Czar.
Yellow flags again. That's Lifebout. Lost it, and Maggots and Beckett's.
Are around Ghost now, as this group has a 6-second gap to the car in 8th place, which is Melon. These 7 cars seem to be running nose to tail. Lennon Raybach, a 3-second time penalty. Certainly not going to help him. Tony Richet has closed the gap to our leader, Lewis Piper. It was over 2 seconds. It's now down to just 1.3. 11 laps to go. For Gaming right in the middle of this pack.
Oh, Torres ghosted there. What on earth? That's how you make an overtake right there.
Yes, that was Ghost that ghosted.
A very difficult maneuver to pull off. Oh, there goes Cameron Seal with the help of DRS and the mediums. Getting ahead of Tony Richet finally. And in the meantime, these guys have really closed up to Lewis up ahead.
I think we might have a car round in Sector 1. That's going to be Yan.
Yeah.
Yan spun in Sector 1. And Lifebout again around at the exit of Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. Oh, PMZR got a terrible exit out of that second to last corner that allowed Ghost to close up. Ghost right in the tire tracks of PMZR. Can't get the move done. JP looked to the inside. They might have touched. Super Gaming got both of them. How did Super Gaming pull that one off?
He just wriggled his way through there into P10. And Jan is out. He's lost it at the end of Max and Beckett's, and that is the full safety car.
Is a full safety car, so what do the leaders do now? You figure Cameron probably will pit. He's on the mediums. 10 laps to go. Can you make the softs work for 10 laps?
I don't know about the softs, but viable strategies could definitely be going on the mediums. It really just depends on what everyone decides to do. I believe some drivers will have that extra set of mediums, so Lewis Piper, he's going to jump into the pits, and the rest of the top 3 do. Everyone's going to follow him through, and I assume the rest of the pack, they might do the same. Romeo's going to stay out.
Melon is also going to stay out. If I were Tony Richet, I would have done whatever the opposite of Lewis was. Although he's going to come in, but both 10 Controls cars staying out.
Yeah, they're staying out.
They will assume the lead, Romeo and Melon. Might have been the only cars to stay out. 5-second penalties galore right now. Interesting strategy by the team. I mean, I can kind of see their point. I mean, you really haven't used up these hard tires. You've only had them on for 6 laps.
Yeah.
The question is how quickly will the medium tires go away?
I mean, these guys behind on the fresh mediums are going to be right on them. They're going to have to do their best to work together, the Tennessee Esports drivers. I mean, with how much flying that's gone on, it's not a bad strategy to try and stay out ahead and out of the way of the midfield. Avoiding that dogfight.
Might be he's been the fastest guy all day, really, so Lewis Piper's car is obviously a rocket ship. But Tony Richet down in 6th. They'll have a little bit of traffic to fight through. He's got to get by Cameron and Lewis and Martinez. So I don't think it's a terrible strategy. We'll just have to...
What?
Melon. What did Melon do?
No way. No. Oh. Oh, he's lost it under the safety car, hasn't he?
I'm not entirely sure. He's up to 4th.
Melon, you sold! I mean, someone might have hit him.
Melon!
Melon sold! Nick K is in 8th. Hello.
He's done a fantastic job.
Nah, I'm unbiased. Oh, yeah, the Tennessee user driver there lost it under the safety car. That is unfortunate. Happens.
You're an absolutely unbiased commentary team.
Well, now this is just kind of let Romeo out to dry. Or left Romeo out to dry. Because now he's on his own out there to defend. Not ideal.
I think he'll be okay. I mean, Romeo's got a fast car. He qualified in the top 10.
Yeah, we'll see how he does. We got a couple guys there who didn't box, so that will help. You know, these new fresh medium runners have got to make their way past them, so they're going to lose a little bit of time. But the guy in the best position right now is Lewis Piper. He's in the net race lead. He has no penalties. Mayo has that 3 seconds.
Yes. And have 3-second time penalties. On lap 18 of 26 here in Silverstone. Should be going back to green flag racing relatively shortly. Chapel will be... Alan McTeer still not caught up to the field. Safety car in this lap. Romeo Galliotti will lead us back to the green flag. The safety car pulls away. Lewis Piper in second. Cameron Seal in third. Mellon fourth. Martinez fifth. Tony Richey sixth. 6'10" seventh. Nick K eighth. Rain ninth. And Andrews rounds out the points paying positions. Romeo will slow them down through Vale. He got a great restart jump. He's got about a 3-car length lead down the main straightaway. Lewis Piper. As Rain looks to the inside, now the outside of Nick K. Piper to the inside. This is at the entry to the loop. Piper is through, and Amethyst Racing takes the lead. As Cameron Seal now trying to chase down Romeo. Tony Richey around Mellon easily. Cameron Seal to the inside in Brooklands. He's got the move done as Cameron Seal will now set his sights on Lewis Piper. Mellon around at the back. Not a great restart for your guys, Ariel.
There's going to be some talking on the after this, that's for sure. It's all good though. Lewis Piper for Amethyst. Can he get these guys back-to-back race wins in the Cup? Casper Sky right now, way down the order compared to him, but...
Yes, he is. Super Gaming to the outside of Nick K. He'll sweep around the outside and now set his sights on his teammate farther ahead as Tony Richey closes in on Romeo. Got about a 1-car length gap. Lewis Piper the fastest lap of the race at 1:28.8. We've got a yellow flag in sector number 3. That's for Romeo. It's a collision, I believe, at the pit entry unless Romeo just... Mellon, unless Mellon just pulled into the pits and retired. Richey all over the back of Romeo. He'll go to the inside down the Wellington Straight. They were oh so close, but Tony Richey will get the move done into Brooklands. 6:10 on the back of Romeo now.
Romeo is just a sitting duck. He's just doing his best to hold on to these positions for dear life. Here's 6:10 now, round the outside. OG Crow, what a move that is at Cops. Unbelievable stuff there for the OG Crow driver. Oh.
Great move from the OG Crow driver as Ghost closes in on Nick K now. Nick K running 9th. He didn't pit under the safety car. Ghost will try to go around the outside. Can't get the move done. They'll battle side by side, the NSR car, the highest of the NSR cars, as that was Piper with the fastest lap and Cameron equaled it.
Here comes Ghost on Nick
Ghost
K.
will now
Around the outside. He's going to go for a little bit of a switchback. Nick K trying to cover off the inside. The outside line is there for Ghost. Oh, here comes JP though. Down the inside. Gets both of them. Unbelievable. Nick K trying to find his way through. There's an absolute carnage here in the midfield. They're 3 wide. It's down to contact and there it is.
Oh!
Nick K has lost his front wing. Ghost is out. And that is a virtual safety car. Whew. I mean, we saw them go 3 wide. That door was closing there for Nick K.
There was bound to be contact. We're absolutely not going to make it through that section without making some sort of contact.
Right now, though, looks like Lewis Piper clear in the lead. We'll see if Cameron can get a decent enough restart. Try and get into that DRS zone. That 1 second range of Lewis.
Will be about 1.2 or 1.3 seconds when they restart. Tony Richey, a farther, I believe he's going to be a second and a half behind Cameron. With 5 laps to go, we saw Cameron and Lewis trading fastest laps earlier as Czar into the pits, Nick K into the pits. Really expected as we go back to green flag racing. Keji with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC, and he's retired from the race. That is the yellow flag in sector number 3. As Cameron closed the gap down to 0.8 of a second. He's right in the tire tracks of the leader, Lewis Piper. Piper got a little bit of a wide exit through Luffield. That's going to allow Cameron to close up a tiny bit. It's about a 7 car length gap as they head down the old pit straightaway through Cops. Cameron closed in a ton through Cops. Gap down to 0.4 of a second with 4 laps to go here in Silverstone. And look who's at the back of this battle. Tony Richey starting to reel these guys in as they head down the hangar straight. Cameron to the inside. Cameron's got the move done in Stowe.
Power F1 driver takes the
F1
race
car
lead.
race lead.
Oh my god. Tony Richey, though, with this fighting, he's going to catch up to these guys. Lewis Piper, I don't think is going to make this too difficult for him. Doesn't want to lose too much time. In this situation, you want to be either P1 or P2. Because if you're in P3, you're just going to be watching the guys ahead fighting.
Absolutely. I have a feeling if these guys stay this close, it's going to come down to the hangar straight on the final lap. Lewis Piper got a little bit of wheel spin out of Village. That's going to allow Tony Richey to wheel him in, to reel him in down the Wellington Straight. He's not close enough to make a move. This Prime Motorsports machine has been fast all day. He's right in the tire tracks of Lewis Piper through Luffield.
Look at the ERS difference right now. Tony is below 20%. He is really burned through that ERS to catch up. The guys ahead. Lewis Piper. Oh, Lewis Piper's got a 3-second time penalty. He went wide at cops.
That's going to really cost him. That means he's got to get by Cameron, and then he's got to set sail. Tony Richey was right behind Lewis Piper. He had a little bit of a rough exit through Maggots and Beckett's, but Lewis Piper now knows what he needs to do. He's got to get by Cameron, and he's got to do it quickly. They head through Vale. He's right on the rear wing. Cameron got a bad exit through Vale. That's going to allow Lewis Piper to the race lead.
He just went wide there, and Cameron still, although he's in the net race lead still with Lewis's penalty, now he's got Tony Richey behind him to think about.
Cameron Seal knows all he has to do is keep within 3 seconds and keep Tony Richey behind him. Richey got a bad exit out of Village, but that Prime Motorsports machine is coming. Tony Richey right on the rear wing of Cameron. Cameron got a little bit of a rough exit through Luffield, as we've seen the last couple times. That's going to allow Tony Richey to close in, but Lewis Piper has set sail in front. He's got a 0.7 of a second gap to Cameron Seal behind, but he's got to pull that out to 3 seconds somehow in the next 2.25 laps. Tony Richey's fallen back 0.5 second to Cameron. Somehow he's got to track him down as we watch 6'10". 6'10", a second behind this battle. But he's starting to close up. He's got no ERS, though. Neither does Tony Richey. Super Gaming now trying to get around Romeo. Romeo on those 13-lap-old hard tires probably won't make it too difficult.
Yeah, I mean, he's been ahead of these guys for a while in this train, but he's got help. He's got DRS to help him defend, so... And the mediums are getting older and older as we go along.
Absolutely. We might have gotten to the point where the tires are at least semi-equal. Super Gaming to the inside of Romeo down the Wellington straight. He's got the move done, so move the VRL car up to 6th as he now sets his sights on FRT Rain ahead. Romeo got a bad exit out of Luffield. That's going to allow Andrews to close up on him. Romeo probably won't make this through too difficult through cops, and he doesn't.
And Andrew picks up
battle
a
for the race
penalty,
lead.
though.
Does Tony Richey has closed the gap down to 0.5 second. Cameron's still 0.5 second behind Lewis Piper. Piper tried to scoot away from these two, but he's been unable to do so. Super Gaming is closed in on FRT Rain. He's right on his gearbox as they head through Vale. Rain got the much better exit through Vale and Club, and that's going to keep Super Gaming at bay for now. As Lifebout trying to go around the outside of Casper Sky in Club. His teammate, something happened to his teammate Ghost, not sure entirely what happened, but Andrews has gotten around Romeo. As we saw previously, Romeo still trying to keep up with him. Can't really find a way around him quite yet.
We head into the final lap now. The leaders. Lewis Piper currently in the lead, but he has a 3-second time penalty. Cameron Seal is on track to get the race win. Tony Richey is right behind him, though. Can he find enough to get ahead? Coming out of Magnussen Beckett's now. He's got DRS, so does Cameron. He's going to burn through his DRS to try and help him defend. It looks like Tony Richey has just got nothing in that car. Here comes Super Gaming, though. He's trying to make a move on Rain. These guys both have the same amount of penalties. They're fighting for the same position. And Super Gaming's done it. He's gone up to P5. Round the final corner we go. Lewis Pipe is going to cross the line. He's going to win on track. But Cameron Sill, he is going to win the great... Oh, fucking hell. He's going to win the British Grand Prix in the Cup for Power F1. Very well done indeed. Tony Richet, P2. 6'10 rounds out the podium for OG Crow. Lewis Piper just a 10th from that. Romeo gets P5 in the end. Very well done to hold that off with those hards. And Andrews in Super Gaming for Virtual in P6 and 7. Rain in P8. Then Raybok for XPG in P9. Ghost in P10. That rounds out the top 10 and the point scoring positions.
Whew. That was a race.
Let's all breathe, because bloody hell, that was a crazy race. There was so much fighting. It was unreal.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the better races so far. We've seen 2 cup races, and they've been fantastic races.
Yeah, this has been a real joy to watch, to be honest. Especially as we've got used to the cars and the names and the teams. Great job to Cameron. He's going to take the race win. His first race win in the Cup. Power F1's first win in the Cup team. Let's see the final results now. See if anybody wants an interview. Oh my god, that is a lot of incidents.
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ.
And it just keeps going.
Alright, here we go. Let's get into the interviews. Cameron. First race win. That was an absolutely crazy race. I'm sure there's a lot of things you could you could talk about. I mean, first the weather was crazy, and then at the end there you were in a quite close fight for the race win. Talk to us.
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, I had that little slide up when I was in the lead. Let Lewis put the Piper back through, and then I just had constant updates from my engineer, just keeping me updated on the guys' tyre wear and ERS levels from behind. So yeah, it was a lot of work, that one. They were rapid,
Yeah.
especially Tony. He got very unlucky with that VSC.
It's true. We didn't plan that VSC, we swear. But
yeah, almost scripted.
No, we didn't plan it. And yeah,
There was debris 5 feet off the racing line in turn 3. Didn't you see it?
No, I I was looking miles up the road at that point. No, no, I think by the time I got there, it was probably all gone.
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's
happens.
why. That's why. That's why we had the VSC.
Ah,
Well,
yeah, no.
anyways, great job on the win today, Cameron. Well deserved. And next week we've got Abu Dhabi at round 3, which is strange, but it's there. It was picked. Is that a track for you? Is that not a track for you?
It's a track for me in time trial, but I can't say much to my race pace, I'm afraid.
Well, fair enough. Good job on the win today. Thank you for the interview, Cameron.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk to 610 P3 at the end. Because of Lewis's penalty, you were trying to catch up at the end. It was an absolute crazy fight in the midfield. You want to talk to us a little bit how the race was from your POV?
Well, hard in the beginning. I think a lot of people maybe put a little bit more front wing. So the rain wasn't great, but kept it clean. But towards the end, the strategy got really lucky with it. And the car was amazing towards the end.
Yeah, that virtual safety car. Did you end up? Were you still staying out when the safety car came out? Did it help you? I can't remember.
No, I pitted because I saw everyone else going in. But it was a bit risky because I went to the medium tires. So I took a chance. So I was able to keep up at least. If I had gone on the hards, I don't think I would have. And then the other safety car came out, and I had a spare set of mediums as well. So the luck just kept on coming.
Yeah, and it was a great race for Crow in the end. Unfortunately for JP, I think he just missed out on the points, but still P3 can't be too upset.
Yeah. He had some game bugs as well where he can't really pit properly, so losing a lot of places.
He had the issue last week as well with when he got disconnected. Man, he's just not that very lucky, is he?
Yeah. But at least we both finished this time. Double DNF last time, so the big improvement.
Yeah, absolutely, and great points, Crow. Thanks for the interview, 610. Good job, Pete.
Yeah. Can I just shout out to Samir? Thank you for being a good friend. Well,
ciao.
Yeah. See you.
Yeah. All right, let's talk to Romeo Gagliotti, Tennessee Esports driver. You stayed out there on the virtual safety car, and you are doing your best to try and hold off the drivers as much as you can. Talk to us, man. How was the race for you?
It was difficult. As you say, virtual safety car, you could say it was lucky. You could say it was strategic. We will never know. I'm not going to say it. Both Melon and I profited from the virtual safety car. And then we were in a very good position because we were both on hard tires, while the guys ahead and behind, most of them were on mediums. And we were certain that they wouldn't finish the race. Well, they could, but then risk a puncture. So we were in a very good position at that time. And then the safety car came out. And it was a very difficult decision, but we decided to stay out. At the end, I think there wasn't a right answer, because staying out, as you can see, it was difficult for me to defend from the guys behind. But when I would have pitted for mediums, maybe I would have gotten involved in other things behind, because now I had a clean safety car restart. But yeah, still P5, I know there's gonna be a lot of penalties. I could get a penalty myself as well, but I don't know how the stewards will interpret certain things. But yeah, it's at least an improvement from yesterday in the T-Ray race.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, P5 after staying out on the hards is not too shabby. And wait, did you see what happened to Mena? Did he literally just lose it?
You mean the safety car thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just watched the POV of the other guy. All I heard from Melon was, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And then, I've got diffuser and I've got rear wing damage. And looking back, I feel like the guy behind accelerated just into him.
Did he hit him? Oh.
Yeah, you can see it in paddock. If you want further, from Martinez's spines.
Oh.
From my view, when I look at it, and also when I hear Melon didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't brake a lot. I didn't accelerate a lot. I wasn't very doing weird things, you know.
Hmm.
So I think, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Stewards can look at it.
Fair enough. Thank you, Ramir, for the interview. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you. See you.
But I guess I jumped the gun a little bit. With saying melon sold or whatever. But it's all good. We got one more interview for today, and I believe Ghost. Ghost, are you there? Hello, hello.
Hello.
There you are. Was P10 in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, great job for P10. I believe you were in that collision. I believe with Nick K and I can't remember who else it was in the midfield, but
Yeah. It was a green car and someone else. I can't remember. Turn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So yeah, it was just they tried to go 3 wide on the inside. And there was one guy who barely had his front wing in and in the middle of it, and I had no room to leave basically. So yeah, so that was unfortunate, and obviously didn't get lucky with the VSC timing. That was crucial for everyone, but yeah, still salvaged a point.
yeah, at least did get a point to speak for it. I mean, that midfield dogfight was absolutely crazy. I don't know if you were in the mix with all that. There was a lot going on, so it's hard to keep track. But was it? Were you in that?
I was certainly in the mix for a lot of the race, yeah, until that collision. But yeah, there was some interesting lines being taken by people alongside me at certain points. But regardless of that, yeah, it was a good fun race, and me and Lifebout worked together really well at the end, because Lifebout had rear wing damage from lap 2. And somehow he managed to still be in the mix at the end. And he managed to hold up Casper Sky enough for me to get past him on the last lap and take the last point. So yeah, good teamwork at the end. So we can take something from it.
Yeah, great job. And thank you for the interview today, Ghost. Good job for APPF1 at the end.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for comms.
Yeah. Well, looks like we've come to the end of round 2 of the Cup. Thank you everybody for watching. Later today, we've got Tier B at Silverstone. And that's going to be a very interesting one with that opening in Tier A. That's in about an hour or so. Next week's Cup race is going to be Abu Dhabi. Make sure you don't miss it. Thank you everybody for watching, all the follows. And we'll see you soon.